The criminal trial of Kacey Jennings will resume tomorrow morning. In 2022, Jennings was arrested and charged with killing and dismembering his ex-girlfriend, Allison Castro. The case has stretched for nearly 4 years and has had scheduling issues, plea deals. There was even a brief time Jennings was representing himself despite facing the death penalty. Last Thursday, both sides rested their cases. A judge denied motions to lessen the charges. In Pope County, authorities say a homicide investigation is underway in Hector. The Pope County Sheriff's Office said in a release that it was working with Arkansas State Police and the Hector Police Department to investigate the incident. Sheriff Blake Wilson says they believe this is isolated and there's no threat to the public. A suspect or the identity of the victim has not been identified yet. Stay with 5 News for the latest. The Transplant Games of America are bringing together organ recipients, donors, and donor families from across the country in Denver this week. And for one Team Arkansas athlete, the competition is about much more than just winning medals. 5 News reporter Jada Daniels spoke with him about how he's celebrating a second chance at life.
Morlington native Matthew Bowles says he was a healthy high school athlete trying to make an all-star football team when one day he started having trouble breathing, leading to several doctor's visits and unanswered questions.
I don't know, probably 4 or 5 misdiagnoses. They finally got it right, and they diagnosed me with dilated cardiomyopathy, which they say came from the flu.
For more than 6 years, Bowles relied on a mechanical heart pump to stay alive. And when that LVAD began to fail in the middle of the pandemic, he began searching for a donor.
We had a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old, and so there was a lot on our plates at the time, and just a lot of
Unknown
in the world, unknown in the world. So it was a scary time.
His wife Emily says there were times she found herself thinking about what life would look like without him and how she would raise their 2 young sons on her own. But soon after that, Bowles received the call. He was a match for a young teenage boy from Texas.
This is to honor him as well, the gift, that he gave me. Just one of the ways that I can, try to do that for him. There's not really a way to, express that gratitude, but this is just one of the ways that I found that I can.
The former athlete says his transplant didn't just save his life, it gave him the opportunity to return to something he thought he had lost forever.
That's just a piece of me that had been missing for a very long time, and so it's nice to get that back, to, compete against people again. And it's even better when, you get on the court, you shake hands, and you're asked, how are you, where you from, and what you had transplanted, and we all have similar stories, so it's nice to be able to share that with people.
The games continue through June 23rd, and Bowles says he hopes his story encourages others to register as an organ donor, saying one decision can give someone else the chance to keep living and doing what they love. Covering news where you live, Jada Daniels, 5 News.
Cyclists in Oklahoma have completed a 3-week, 950-mile journey in an effort to reclaim Cherokee history. Family and friends anxiously awaited the riders' return in Tahlequah after retracing the northern route of the Trail of Tears. The 18 riders on this year's cross-country journey trained for 6 months leading up to the start, riding nearly 1,500 miles in preparation. While it's transformative for those taking the journey, Principal Chief Chuck Hoskins Jr. says it's time for the entire nation to reflect and focus on restoration from their ancestors' removal in 1838.
The preparation alone was a test. This journey's been a test, and I think what comes next for them in their lives is just a deeper and richer understanding of what it means to be Cherokee.
Another rider said this ride was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and gave him a sense of purpose and a closer connection to his family's history. A Garland County, Arkansas couple says they're out thousands of dollars after clearing land they bought only to get stopped by county regulators. They learned a 48-inch drainage culvert and a city sewer line run beneath the property. They say they were told to stop work and warned they could be held financially responsible for any damage to the underground infrastructure. Records obtained by the couple indicate the pipe was installed so long ago that no one remembers when. In April, a county judge wrote the culverts are not owned, maintained, or controlled by the county and says responsibility rests solely with them as the property owners.
We didn't know that there was a 48-inch drainage pipe that runs from a ditch under Majestic Lodge and all the way through the property. And we didn't know about the sewer septic main that runs perpendicular over the 48-inch pipe. So we literally are blocked.
The couple says the situation doesn't add up, saying, quote, if it's coming from underneath the street and going underneath the city's sewer, it would be considered infrastructure from the county and city, and they would have both be involved.